Good morning, children. Welcome back to the online classes. Now, today we are going to start with chapter 3 Forms of Government from Civics. Okay, now you would have heard about government daily in the news channel and all. So, how many types and forms and how the government work is you're going to learn in this chapter. Every day we come across the word government in newspaper, on radio or on television channels. What is government and what role does it play in our lives? First of all, what is a government? Government is a political system by which a country or a state is administered. Okay, a government actually it is a political system, a group of people who are working for different tasks. Now, government has been defined differently by various writers. Okay, so many writers are there. According to them, they had defined government. According to J.W. Garner, government may be defined as the agency or machinery through which common policies are determined and by which common affairs are regulated and common interest promoted. Okay, means what? It is a kind of agency which is working for common people. Okay, policies are determined, what the people are going to require, how it should be done, like that. Defined as the agency. Now, common affairs are regulated. Common affairs means work for the common people are being finalized and interest of common people was being done according to the interest what is required for the country, for the people, for the benefit of the normal people, that all things are being taken under the term government and the people who are working under the government policies and they are going to regulate it. In simple word, we can say that government is the administrative organ of the state. It can change but not the state. State will be remaining same. Every 5 years the government is going to change and another government is going to come and rule. Now, it is an organization or agency through which a political system practices its authority, shapes public policy and administers its subject. Right? So, it is going to work for the benefit of the people. It is an agency, right? And political system, you are knowing the political parties are there. So many political parties are there like Congress, BJP, AAP party and all. So many parties are there and they are working. And they are promising to do so many work for the people and all practice its authority. Public policy, what public is going to demand, what the public is going to require, that is being taken care of and administer its subject. They are going to fulfill the requirement of those people. Now, why do we need a government? Definitely, man, we require a government. We are living in a particular society. We cannot live in solitude singly. Society is an organization in which many people live together for their common advantage. Okay, we are going to require some work to be fulfilled and all. So, we require a society. Singly, we are not able to conduct any kind of these matters. To manage its affairs smoothly and to seek the interest of all members, a society needs a government. Okay, in our house also, our parents are going to decide anything, right? Some kind of rules and regulations we have to follow in our home also. In the same manner, when we are living in a society, we have to think about some kind of work or the way of living, the standard community, we have to take the benefit of the community also. So these all things we are going to take care. In this way society is going to work. In the same manner, to go on smoothly everything, it is required that there should be a government who is going to look after all these matters. Thus, meaningful social life depend on cooperation among people. Right? We are going to cooperate, then definitely social life will be easy and helpful. Meaningful social life depend on cooperation. Coexistence sometimes may give way to disputes. These have to be handled well for welfare of the society. If any kind of dispute is going to happen, right, some kind of misunderstanding, some kind of things are going to happen normally at house also. When we are a big family is there, some or the other issues are there, so normally we are going to solve that problem. In the same manner, if in the society also any dispute is going to occur, then we have to handle it well. Only the government can handle differences of opinion that arise in a democracy. Right, in our house we are having 10 to 15 members, something like that only. But government, it is going to have the total particular district, state, country, like that. So government is can handle differences of opinion. So many people are there. India is a democratic country, so we are having all kind of religious people, other different caste people, we are living together. So it is normal to have the different kind of opinions. So it is very much required that there should be a government who is going to handle these all things which is going to arise in the society. The need to reconcile various interests and to resolve issues that may arise in any society is the main reason for having a government. Okay, to reconcile means to solve various interests, to solve everyone's problem, and to resolve issues that may arise. If any kind of issues are there in the society, so there should be some or the other people to solve that problem without harming anyone's feelings and all. Government play a crucial role in almost every field in a modern society. All the citizens owe an obligation to their government. Right? They are having some kind of demand or something they are going to require from the government. In return, government owes them an obligation to protect them and to always keep them their best interest in mind. Okay, so government is going to tell them that they are going to always protect them, they are safe, and whatever they require, the government is going to try to fulfill all the things. Social and political issues that can arise in a democracy cannot be left to individuals' choice, right? Definitely it can't be left out. They have to be taken care in one or the other ways. Therefore, society cannot function without a government. Without government, without a central organization to preserve, coordinate and sustain everyone, society break down into a confusion, which we call anarchy. Okay, where everyone can do what he likes. Definitely, if everyone is free to do according to their own wishes, then definitely there will be so many problems. In your house also you can imagine, I am giving the example of your house because how many members are there in your family? Every member is going to have different kind of thoughts, and there are different kind of people. Every person is going to be different. In the same manner, in a democracy, so many crores of people are living, so it is obvious to have some kind of disputes and all, but it is very much necessary that the disputes can be solved in a nice manner, so that there should be no complication and no issues arising. Now, this put everyone's lives in danger. Definitely, if anyone is going to think that whatever you like, you do. Some people like to fight, Some people like to do whatever to beat anyone like that. In a small issues, people are killing someone or these and that. So there is going to be a lot of trouble for the society, and none can live in peace, be happy and prosper. So it is very much necessary that government will be there in a constitution. So many in the earlier chapter also we have learned about how the constitution works. So everyone is going to get the right and all, but if they are going to cross the limits, if they are going to break the law, then definitely they are going to be punished. So it is very much necessary that they should be taken care according to these all matters. Now, function of the government. The name of the managing body that handles various affairs of the state is government. Okay, it is a name. Government is being given who is going to manage the whole state also, and the central authority is going to managing the whole country. It can make decisions and get things done. If any kind of issues are going to happen all of a sudden, so government can take the decision of their own, which is going to help benefit of each and every person. Every citizen cannot individually participate in decision making for such larger state as for such larger areas as the country's defense, economic measures or education policy. Okay, every citizen cannot do that one, because in our small areas also, in particular state or village or towns or cities like that, so it is difficult to handle these all things. These things are carried out by a body which is called the government. The chief concern for the government is to reconcile the interest of all, to solve everyone's problem. That is the main tendency or the main thing which the government wants to do, and to achieve the harmony for the common good of the people, so that everyone can live in peace and everyone will be satisfied. In a modern society, government plays a crucial role in every field of life. Government has to oversee many activities such as welfare of citizens, running postal and railways, minting coins, maintaining law and order, rushing assistance to people in case of natural disaster, etc. So many things are there to be done. So government is going to see these all things all together. They are going to appoint different people for different kind of work. So that particular people, they are going to look after the particular area only, right? Like the people who are being appointed as an education minister and their member will be there. So they are going to look after the education of all the whatever state they belong or whatever district they belong. They are going to look after how the education work is being done. Children are going to get the benefits or not, like that. In the same manner, all the different work, like railway minister is going to look after the railway service and all. Minting coins, okay, the rupees and coins which are being minted, that are also being taken care, like that. Now, government does these things on behalf of the people by providing leadership to the country. Okay, we are going to appoint a leader by our vote, and we are appointing them. They are going to do on our behalf. They are working for us in the government. Decision making and implementing them in the best interest of all citizens. They are keeping in mind that maximum people are going to get the benefit with whatever decision they are going to make. Levels of government. India is so big that some of its states are larger than many European countries, right? So many countries are there. Our state is bigger than that countries. It is therefore very difficult to govern such a vast area through a centralized authority, right? So sitting in Delhi, or one particular government, that central government, it is very difficult that central government is going to look after the whole country. As we have seen in the ancient period, wise kings such as Samudragupta were contented to extract tribute from conquered territories. Right? Tribute means what? See, this we are going to study in history nicely, but in short I am going to tell. Like Samudragupta was a king. Okay, he was a brave and strong king, powerful person. So he was attacking the other state. When he was defeating the state, so they were surrendering them in front of Samudragupta. Samudragupta, in spite of killing them, he was asking them that to rule in the particular areas or the kingdom, but yearly they have to pay a tribute. Tribute means a lump sum amount of money, horse, jewelries and all. So that kind of thing they have to pay. Like we are paying the tax, the state government is going to collect the tax and they are going to work for them. Some of the tax they are going to give it to the central authority in that manner. So, but allowed them to govern themselves under his overall leadership. Overall leader was Samudragupta. But so many kingdom, different people were ruling, but they were giving the tribute to them. Different areas have different social and economic background. So their needs and goals are also different. Proper development of such widely different region is not possible if a centralized authority has all the decision making power. Okay, if one particular central government has to look these all things, so it will be difficult for them and it is not possible for them to look after all these things. Therefore, for administrative efficiency and successful implementation of the development program, 3-tier arrangements have been made. Okay, work are being distributed in 3-tier arrangements. These levels are local level, state level and the national level. Right? Local level, definitely it means the villages or local towns. The state level cover the entire state, like we are living in Chhattisgarh and our chief minister is Bhupesh Baghel. Right? So he is going to look after the whole state, but under him so many different ministers are also there, those who are going to look after different matters. In district, the collector is going to look after, like that they are going to work. State cover the entire state, like Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal, like that. And the national level, it is going to relate to the entire country, right? Like our Prime Minister is Shri Narendra Modi, right? So he is going to look after all the work of all the states. But the state government, they are going to look after their own state, and villages, panchayat system are there, or Nagar Palika, Nagar Panchayat are there. They are going to look after their areas and work according to that. Organs of the government. Government is an organization for the functioning of the state. It means the entire country. Central government represent the whole country, right? Central government, definitely the central authority. Okay, it is going to look after the whole country, not only the particular area, particular state, like that. It is through its functionaries that a state make laws and enforces them. State is going to make law according to the requirement of the state and they are going to enforce them. The citizen of a country have to follow the laws made by the government. If anyone is going to break the law, then definitely they are being charged the fine. Right? They have to pay the fine. Government also makes law keeping in mind the best interest of the people. For example, it is the law to have a driving license before one can drive a vehicle. Right? Everyone is going to have a driving license, those who have to drive a vehicle. It is made by the government and executed by their other organs. So the traffic police, they are going to look after the driving license, those who are not carrying, and they are going to charge a fine on that. The police system, which sees to it that people are abiding by the set law, is a government organ, right? They are going to look after that people are going to follow the government laws or not. It is through its various organ that the government discharges its function. Government is organized into many public offices, all of which have many legal powers. Okay, the government is going to provide the legal powers to the state, and state according to it, it is going to work. People have to follow the rules and regulations. They have to take care of it. So when a traffic inspector check if a driver is carrying a valid license, it is a legal procedure made by the government for our benefit only, right? In the absence of legal power, the government can enforce its law. Its power to make decision is not of much use, right? The judiciary is an important organ of the government where any kind of crime or theft or something are being taken care and they are being punished for that. Its main duty is to defend the law made by the government. They are not going to make their own law. Whatever laws are being made already, they are following that one. But some kind of situation is going to arise differently, like some critical matters are going to arise. At that time, the laws which are already being made, that are also being changed a little bit. If people or public officers violate a law, violate means they are not going to accept the law or they are going to break the law, they can be punished by the judiciary. For example, if there is any discrimination in employment on the basis of caste, religion, sex, etc., right? Boy or man or woman, boy or girl, like that, caste and religion. If in employment means job or services, right? So if anyone is going to do this kind of discrimination, then particular victim, those person who is going to suffering from that, they can take the matter to the court for justice. Then definitely the court is going to punish to those person. The court will administer justice by providing compensation to the victim and by punishing to the guilty. Okay, those who are doing the discrimination, they will be punished and victim is going to get some lump sum amount of compensation for that. So in this way, the judiciary and the government is going to work and make the law. Okay children, thank you. We'll continue with the topic, that is types of government, in the next class.